security for himself and his family, press control that will be coordinated by Buckingham Palace, and finally, for his wife Meghan Markle to be treated as Her Royal Highness, complete with bows and curtsies.
Many are hoping for a reunion between Harry and his family. James, good morning.
Yeah, that's right, Gio. Good morning. It is 3 years to the day since Queen Elizabeth died, and London has been marking the anniversary with gun salutes this morning. Prince William and wife Kate paid tribute with an engagement in her honour, as did Prince Harry.
It seems like the runaway prince is looking to make a comeback, but rumors say he won't be getting a warm welcome from the royal family during this holiday season. There has been a lot of people asking to take away the title of Duke and Duchess of Sussex from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They have taken it too far with how they use the titles, and it's finally catching up to them.
Waltz ceremony this evening for Well Child, which is a charity he's patron for. What we don't know, though, is whether he'll see any of his family during this trip. We asked, but a representative for the Duke declined to comment, as did Buckingham Palace. They rarely do on personal matters.
With King Charles removing Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson's title as Duke and Duchess of York, there are whispers that this has given Prince William the green light to do what he's been wanting to do, strip his brother and sister-in-law of their titles.
Met with the King's spokesman back in July. That was widely viewed as a step towards possible reconciliation. Harry has said he wants to mend the relationship, especially since his father's cancer diagnosis. A similar dialogue with his brother, though, does seem unlikely, but we will see what, if any...
And their reactions. Obviously not happy at all. And allegedly, Prince Harry is trying to do everything he can to stop that. If there's one thing the future king has been very clear about, it's that his vision for the monarchy is very different from his father's. His father. The king holds on to feelings and emotions, but Prince William is all about removing problems before they spread and hurt the monarchy. Meghan and Harry are part of that problem that's causing chaos to the palace's good name.
It's all coming home.
Harry, who grew up behind the gates of the palace, who had a place within the royal family and did his duties, abandoned the home he grew up in, the people he grew up with, and the people he served.
Charles face to face for the first time in 19 months. The last time they were seen together was February 2024. And of course, he had that court case and lost it. But after that, talking to the BBC,
he wanted out. So with his wife back in 2020, he did just that. But he took something with him as he and his wife, Meghan Markle, traveled to the other side of the world, his title as Duke of Sussex. Now, it's looking like his brother is getting ready to take that back. Not long after Charles was crowned as king, the world found out that King Charles was battling cancer. Although it's not clear which cancer he's dealing with, it's enough to slow him down and cause him to clear his calendar a few times for treatments and rest.
If they're at Clarence House, we know the King is also there, so that meeting is due to take place or perhaps has already started. We wait for word. Daniela Ralph is there for us and we wait for updates, but no...
The question is, while the King battles his health issues, who is running the show? Inside sources say it's William who's taking charge while his father deals with his health. If that's the case, that is definitely not good news for Prince Harry and his family.
Article running there, Harry enters Clarence House after reports he will meet with the King. So we are keeping our eyes on their comings and goings and any word emerging on that meeting. So do stay with us, plenty more.
King Charles, at the end of the day, is still a father. Sources say he hit a roadblock when it came to handling his son and daughter-in-law. He's torn between being a father and being a king. This has caused him to stall and not take quick action before they cause more damage to the kingdom.
Yes. I think what we saw was the old Harry. A bit of fun. I mean, him, like, jousting with a balloon with that little girl at the Well Child
It's quite
Awards.
nostalgic almost seeing him, wasn't it?
And he just looked, I don't know, he looked a bit like a weight had been lifted, because he's...
What he wants is for his boys to be on the same side once again. However, what William wants is to drop the hammer and take the necessary steps to remove any and all threats to the palace's reputation. Ever since Meghan and Harry left the palace, they've thrown insults at the palace, the royal family, and the British people.
Paul Burrell, who of course was Diana's butler, has come out with another book, but there is I thought quite a telling revelation in it when he talks about Diana telling him that when she...
Their interview with Oprah Winfrey shortly after Megxit was the first of many things that would seal their fate and mark them as betrayers and outcasts. To make matters worse, Harry published a book titled Spare, which revealed secrets that should have stayed behind castle walls. But for these two, every opportunity is a chance to make money, play victim, and stay relevant.
He says Diana said that to him. For reasons unbeknown to only him, Paul Burrell said that in 2017, when he came across William and Harry at his their mother's old apartment.
Prince Harry was once absolutely loved by many. He was seen as his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth's favorite grandson. He always spoke lovingly of his mother, Princess Diana, who, to many, was the true people's princess. That was who he was until he became unrecognizable to the people he grew up with.
Treated you as a complete equal, and you've just been told a story about your father coming in on the day of your birth and going, oh, well, there's the spare. I can now just go off and be with whoever I want to be. Whether that's true.
Sources say Prince William no longer recognizes his brother. Ever since he got married to Meghan Markle, he has become bitter and angry. He's now seen as a betrayer, a puppet, and a naive prince. He had the world loving him, and he blew it for a woman who used him for show.
When you are told that about your own family, it makes you feel disenfranchised, like you have no purpose in the family. And I think that explains a lot. And later that same year was when he proposed to Meghan.
He appeared alongside his wife Meghan in many interviews, looking weak and obedient, like someone who has been given his lines and is playing his role perfectly. While his wife talks and takes digs at the royal family, he sits, nods, and throws in an awkward laugh here and there, as if on cue.
Parent or a child and go, let them just have their moment without being, worrying what people think anymore. I want them to stop worrying about that because whatever's right for them. Me and my sisters wasted 4 years of not speaking to each other.
Yeah.
And then
Once upon a time, Harry and William had a good relationship, but it took a woman to break the ties between them and destroy the bond completely. Now add that to William's current vision for the monarchy, which is modern. William is very determined about bringing change to the monarchy.
just start loving each other again. And we couldn't love each other more now.
Yeah.
And we just don't talk about it.
I agree. I mean, we've got family issues that have just been passed down. I don't even know which aunties we're not meant to speak to.
He's hoping the days ahead will be different from what they were like during his and Harry's time growing up. The future king is very set in his plan for change, and nothing is going to change that. Not even a flight down from the mansion in Montecito by a man he once knew.
We all feel like, we've got a part in his life and we watched him grow up.
And he's most like Diana, I think.
Oh, we all love Harry. And of
He has
course,
made a lot of
we'd love-
mistakes, though, with his family.
Who?
I mean,
Harry?
yeah.
He's a kid growing up in the public eye.
I think, but
One thing Prince William is very aware of is what happens when you let certain scandals go unchecked, as shown by his uncle, Prince Andrew. His uncle was connected to the notorious Epstein case and was accused by a woman of sexual misconduct, which was a big problem for the monarchy.
No, but I think putting things in print that were personal between him and his brother, I think, William is really struggling with that.
That's where the
By
forgiveness
all
bit
accounts.
needs to come in. Or the
At the time, Prince Andrew got away with a light punishment as he voluntarily stepped away from his duties, but was still benefiting from his title as Prince and Duke of York. The same thing happened with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, who was also connected to the Epstein case.
Time in 19 months in London. Samara, the pair shared tea at Clarence House during a visit which lasted 45 minutes. My question would be, Samara, Harry couldn't even spare any more time for his father? 45 minutes after 1.5 years?
I'll tell you what.
She claimed publicly to have cut ties and stopped communicating with the notorious sex offender, yet it later came out that she was still in communication with him. These are the kinds of issues Prince William is tired of, the constant connection back to the monarchy from non-working royals. Well, you could say better late than never, as they both had their titles taken away, and Prince Andrew was asked to leave his royal lodge. There are also whispers that Prince William is unhappy that their daughters were allowed to keep their titles.
Over in LA who are trying to make all these meetings happen. I mean, this Ukraine thing, I hate to say, but I think it's also tied to that. I mean, this is a man who pines on about how unsafe he feels and how he needs the British taxpayer to pay for his security, but is very happy to reveal about his 25 Taliban killings in his book that he got.
King Charles allegedly didn't want to punish the two girls for the crimes of their parents, and he still holds a soft spot for his nieces, which is why they still have their titles. Prince William, on the other hand, doesn't share the same feelings. Friends and palace insiders say he is moving to strip the titles from non-working royals.
Hey, I'm back in with the royal family, public. Don't take me for a fool. But no one's falling for it. I mean, Harry is really, really deep in trouble at the moment, even financially. I mean, we know that Meghan's jam failed to sell out.
If you think about it, why should the people who don't carry out the responsibilities and duties attached to these titles enjoy the benefits? In every book, Sarah Ferguson writes, it bears the title of Duchess of York. And that follows her in every scandal she finds herself in.
Trying to get back in with the king because he knows he'll never be able to get back in with William. That's never going to happen. So once that door is closed and unfortunately the king passes, I don't think there's any chance of him getting back into the fold.
No,
The same goes for Meghan. Every deal she gets, magazine covers she appears on, or even events she begs her way into, carries her title, Duchess of Sussex. That is also dragged into every scandal and controversy she finds herself in, which links back to the royal family, and the future king doesn't want that anymore.
To himself, and so has Meghan. So clearly Meghan has got Harry exactly where she wants him, and yeah, 45 minutes, gee, especially after, the king had cancer.
In his book Spare, Harry details a moment where the future king fought with him, and, as if to add salt to the injury, at every interview he went to for his book, he claimed he is unapologetic for all he said in it and still stands by it. The once-loved prince, one could even say the royal family's favorite prince, went rogue, and now the world has turned its back on him.
For the first time in 19 months, meeting up for a private tea at the king's London residence. And, they're not our king.
Now, he wants to play another card to get back into his brother's life as a desperate last attempt to save his and his family's title. But the damage has already been done. He has taken it too far, and now there's no hope of fixing things. Nobody is on his side anymore. Nobody is buying his sad story anymore. He can't dig himself out of the hole he created in the first place.
With my family, there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me.
Prince William is not looking to mend relationships, but instead to strengthen the monarchy. To do that, he knows he would have to make tough calls, and he's more than ready to do it. He isn't moved by fake visits or words that carry no weight. He is ready to remove the problem. And apparently, Harry and Meghan are at the top of his list.
Because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile.
Yeah. I love this. Good. It's so great. It's so great. And we know how fleeting and precious life can be. Yeah.
Allegedly, just after King Charles brought down the hammer on Andrew and Sarah, it sent both Harry and Meghan into a panic because they, just like the world, knew that it was only a matter of time, just a matter of time before William does what his father has been too slow to do.